Okay, so I did speak earlier about the video gone viral. I'm talking about Bill's microfinance. So in the video which has gone viral, which I put in an earlier post right here on TikTok and other social media handles, I guess, Bill's microfinance has these macho men that allegedly go around to go and collect their debt. So now they're going around from, let's say, house to house or person to person, office to office, collecting their debt, and they do so in such an aggressive way. I haven't seen any other video, but this particular one that I've seen that has gone viral, credits to Daily View GH. This particular one that I've seen that has gone viral, a woman is holding a baby, and these people go into the person's house. You can hear insults being rained on the woman. Aside the insults that are rained on the woman, one person proceeds to forcibly take the woman's phone and walk away with it. When the woman tries to get her phone back, she's actually shoved onto the floor, directly or indirectly. She is shoved onto the floor. And the woman, all this while, the woman is holding a baby. She's holding a baby, and you can see that the way they are preventing her from getting her own phone, she's shoved onto the floor, and then what happens. Now, let us talk about the law relating to this. Are we talking about stealing or are we talking about robbery? There's a thin line between stealing and robbery. So if you take something without the consent of the owner, it is stealing, okay? However, when you use force to take that item or you use intimidation to take that item, it is robbery. So what happened in that video where the woman's phone was forcibly taken without her consent with obvious intimidation, it is robbery. Now, what does the law say about robbery? Section 149 of Act 29, that's the Criminal Offences Act of 1960, deals with robbery. What does the law say about robbery? The minimum punishment for robbery is 10 years. So all those four people there, the person who took the phone, you have robbed the woman. You forcibly took the phone. It was taken with intimidation. It is robbery. You robbed the woman of her phone because you used force and intimidation. So it's not just the person who took the phone with force. There are three other people who were with the person. What you were doing was that you were abetting the commission of a crime. And in our laws, if you abet a crime, the punishment for abetment is the same as the punishment for the crime that you are abetting. So if the minimum punishment for robbery is 10 years, your punishment is also 10 years minimum. In Tiansan Ebeka Assembly crowd, almost starting with 10 years, all four of you, because what you did is robbery. It matters not whether you returned the phone to the woman. At the point of taking the phone with force, the crime is fully constituted. Taken without permission or without the consent of the owner, it is robbery. 10 years. More 10. 40, monche. Now, let us look at the issue of assault or causing harm. If what happened, the nature of what happened, seeing the woman fall on the floor amongst others, if it's occasioned by bruises, what happened is not just assault, which is a misdemeanor, it's causing harm. And causing harm also carries a sentence of, it's a second degree felony, so it carries a sentence of up to 10 years. Into yancho robbery, causing harm so a home. You understand? So there's 10 years minimum for robbery, and there's up to 10 years for causing harm. That's the second thing. Now let us deal with Bill's microfinance as an institution. If the people who were sent out with the permission of or with the instruction of the directors of the company to go and do this action, to go and forcibly take phones, because it's not the first time I've heard this, to go and forcibly take things of people and to go and aggressively harass people in that way, then each director of the company is liable in criminal law and company law. So in criminal law, when a company commits a criminal offense, it is the directors of the company that are liable. So if is it RNQ or RAQ or the big man in Bill's microfinance, if he indeed is a director or still a director, then he is also liable for this particular offense. If you send somebody to commit a crime, you have abetted the crime, you have facilitated the commission of the crime, you have instructed the commission of the crime, and therefore you are also criminally liable for that particular offense. So therefore, if the offense is robbery, anybody who abetted the crime of robbery is also guilty of the same robbery. let the law stand. The rule of law, everybody is subject to the law, and the law is the law. We are all subject to the law. This is the brief with Wilberforce. My name is Isaac Wilberforce Mensah.